Oh man, I see I spamming Freddie Gibbs. I seen Freddie Gibbs on Twitter getting quote unquote canceled. Freddie Gibbs can't been good and successful at entertaining. Don't really give two fucks about cancellations. Anyway, let me play the clip. He basically put up Freddie Gibbs. Let me also break down the shtick of Freddie Gibbs. Freddie Gibbs is one of those dudes who's managed, like, if any other rapper did what he did, they would be called corny. Any rapper. They'd be called corny. You get me? He tweets all day. All fucking day. Instagram all day. He Instagram more than me, and I get paid millions for it. All day. All day. Now, you know what I mean? Granted, you could then say, well, his tweeting and his Instagram goes into his music, and people like his music. He got nominated for a Grammy. Whether I like it or whether I don't listen, people do like it, right? Okay, cool. But he's one of those people who's always trying to, like, you know, like, he'll hop in on any joke as long as he could clown something or somebody. Except it's going to make for a possible, or people getting upset at you and wanting to cancel you when you end up clowning the wrong thing because, like, you're not even thinking about the context of what you're doing. You're just trying to get cheap jokes off. Now, before I even do this, let me even Google Freddie Gibbs' age. Freddie Gibbs is 38 years of age. His humor is like 16. His mental capacity seems to be about the same. And that's why people are kind of shocked that he would, like, we get it. You're the like lyricist dude who's finally getting a shine at 38, right? Like, this is his prime is 38. However, you're trying to crack, you know what I mean, cheap jokes on situations that shouldn't be funny. You get me? And people felt offended. I don't think he deleted the video, which, by the way, I don't know if I want to give him credit for, because these days with cancellation and shit, like, people issue apologies this and third, like, a lot, like, about anything. He's sticking to it to say, I'm not apologizing for shit, or, like, I'm going to stick by what I tweeted. Fuck y'all. So, I mean, despite my issues with him in the past, I look at that and I'm like, that's a little bit fearless, but that'll get you banned off platforms as he has on Twitter, on Instagram. I mean. All right, let's watch the clip.
You want to get mad and hit the computer because you made a mistake? Because your company made a mistake? You want to take it out on me?
I'm not taking it out on you.
So why did you get mad and hit the computer? Why did you get mad?
Let me give a little context. Look, again, I don't know too much about this, but apparently this guy has some mental issues. And this customer, it's not Freddie Gibbs. He's filming him and also getting, you know, like, he was kind of saying certain type of slurs at him. This guy who's working, he's probably having an anxiety attack or whatever. Somebody told me he was autistic. I could be wrong. You guys could give me some details in the chat. Some people say, oh, this is hilarious. Some people say, oh, no, it's Tourette's. Some people says whatever. Essentially, it looks like he has a mental breakdown from basically being harassed by a customer. Now, I'm not here to say he didn't do something wrong. And by the look of things, he looks like he may have done that. But he's getting a verbal scolding by the customer, and he's probably thinking, my job, I could lose it, and he has a mental breakdown, right? So the video itself, you know, is it's a little sad in all around. I think people got mad at Freddie because he didn't see that part of it. I think his caption, if you can see, it says, somebody make sure this white boy don't got a gun. You know what I mean? Like, and to take a little edge off of it, this is exactly how I think Rory was acting when Joe Budden sent him home. Exactly like, except this kid obviously has some mental issues that precedes him. Rory is just a school shooter, flat out. And you got to watch for niggas like that. But you have to be able to decipher the difference. This guy, you could tell, like you could see the look in his eyes. You know what I mean? Rory, he looks straight up like a school shooter.
And hit the computer.
Yes, I am, man.
I'm sure you on camera, right?
Yeah, I am.
I'm sure you on camera. So this is the type of people they have working here.
Chat, this is where I got a little saddened for him. What he says here. That's why I knew it was more than, just some crazy quote unquote white boy. Like, I felt a little bad when I heard, you could tell like he was having a mental breakdown.
I gotta go, man. I gotta go. You ruined my life. You ruined my whole life, man.
He says, I gotta go, you ruined my whole life. And I felt bad for him. I felt bad for him. Perhaps the reason why I feel bad for him is that I think a lot of times, and I've had bad service going out places, this and third, we take for granted people who have to do jobs like that. You get me? And they deal with a lot of abuse. And to see this guy get to this point and even be saying shit like, yo, you ruined my life, I felt it was excessive how he was trying to film and talk to the dude, and also obviously with him having some issues before. So I felt bad personally.
Wow.
He's crying.
You gotta be kidding me. Wow. You wanna get mad and hit the computer because you made a mistake? Because your company made.
Yeah, bro, I gotta feel bad for this, bro. I'm sorry. And again, like, even though I don't fuck with Freddie, the only part in this, I'm like, at least he's sticking by his word, or like he's not backing down. But I do think, like, yo, I think Freddie, to be a 38-year-old dude, bro, constantly on Twitter trying to bully people, trying to, like, just get cheap jokes off, really for engagement, because truth be told, it's fine. Like, you could go in on me, nigga, I'm good, I don't care. But you trying to get jokes in on everybody just to be seen as the funny rapper at 38, bro. And then you're joking about a dude who's going through really and having a mental breakdown, somebody who's working a regular job in nowhere, USA. You're trying to just, like, then trying to make it a race issue. Again, this ain't like a bum like Rory who clearly looks like he could just shoot up a school or something like that. Look at this guy. This guy, you know what I mean? So, like, in that type of way, I understand why people are mad at Freddie Gibbs. Like, bro, I get it. Yo, if you look at Freddie Gibbs' timeline, like, I won't scroll down anymore because he got, like, a video of, like, strippers fighting this, that, and third. Like, he's wilding on all platforms. And by the way, I look at people like him and a little bit Boosie. Like, I remember when he got kicked off Instagram and people were like, why y'all kick him off? Bro, like, come on, man. Like, you're a grown-ass nigga doing this shit. You're on these social media platforms and there's nothing positive that's coming from it. Not necessarily you got to be on some positive shit, but you're more childish than the kids. And you're thinking because you're grown that nobody should be able to say, bro, we got to take this down. Or if you keep doing this, we can't have you on here. I see people in the chat say, yo, but this is hilarious. Again, I don't know. It's not funny to me. Like, the first 20 seconds is funny because of the reaction. And then the rest of the video, the last 40 seconds is like, bro, he's having a mental breakdown, bro. And if you've never been around somebody who's gone through some shit like that, of course the whole video is going to be funny, but when you see how the dude's reacting, I feel bad. I don't know. Yeah, I felt more sad, and I want more information on this, but I felt more sad for him than thinking it was funny. Yo, like, for example, I live in Jersey, right? In Jersey, you're not allowed to pump your gas. It's legal. So there's always a gas attendant. In other states, I think it's like 2 states. Jersey's one of them. It's illegal. So it's not a luxury, it's illegal. So we can't pump our gas. So there's always got to be somebody that's there to pump your gas. It's a job that, to be honest, at 3 a.m., a lot of times if I'm driving around and I pull up to a gas station, you're going to see probably somebody who, I don't know if they got their papers or not, but it's usually an immigrant. Sometimes they don't speak English that well. And sometimes even communicating with them, or you give them your credit card or whatever, like, bro, like they have a little bit of an issue, like, it takes them a second. I always exercise patience, but I've seen people like almost snap at somebody who's in a very like precarious situation. They're working a job that they probably don't enjoy. They're probably doing this to make ends meet, or they're probably just trying to be productive, right? Like this guy, like as much as Freddie Gibbs is saying, make sure this white boy don't got a gun, bro. This guy's at his job. You know what I mean? At least he's trying to work. You know what I mean? Look at a bum like Rory. That nigga took off work. Who knows what he's doing? Could be stacking up on ARs. Who knows? You feel me? At least this motherfucker right here, he's trying to be somewhat productive. So I'm looking at this and I'm like, yo, you can't treat people like the dirt beneath your feet because they work in the service industry, or they are working a job that, sometimes they might make a mistake. You know what I mean? And maybe this guy made a real mistake. But verbally abusing him and shit like that, nah, bro. No. And maybe the reason why I have some empathy for it, I used to work at CVS and I used to be a cashier. And you got to imagine, like, people would come in and get mad. And sometimes I work in a pharmacy part. People would be getting mad at me, or like I usually work with this one female coworker, for anything. And sometimes they'll take out their frustration on you. Sometimes some shit you can't even really, like, it's beyond your control. But sometimes people go as far as their frustrations. They now try to make you feel like shit. And so, like, I remember working with this chick and she started crying. Like, because the person just saying all type of crazy shit. Like, yo, you shouldn't get it. Like, how they hire somebody like you? Like, what the fuck is, how a nigga like you, it was the girls, like, how somebody like you even get a job? Like, you're not incompetent. And for some people, they could handle that. For some people, they can't. So maybe that's why the humanity side of me says, no matter his reaction, it ain't funny. It's not that funny to me. I'm going to be honest with you, though. Despite whatever about Freddie, like, I'm not going to say, like, Freddie's the worst nigga in the world because he said this. Because I think some people just don't look as deep. You get me? I don't think he looked as deep. So I'm not going to say this makes Freddie the worst nigga in the world. And by the way, obviously, I'm trying to be a little bit, unbiased here. But I do look at Freddie a little bit and say, bro, nigga, you lost your Instagram because you're 38 obsessed with making 5-year-old jokes and not having any type of, like, kind of class. Like, you don't know when to chill. That's a big part of your career. Like, learn to chill out a bit, bro. And especially in cases like this. All right? Anyway. All right.